Now suppose you want to add two numbers. So to add two numbers, we first need to declare two numbers. That is something like this. So here we have declared two numbers, like say integer x equal to 10 and integer y equal to 20. This x and y are called variables. Variables can hold some data. Now this integer is called the data type. That is, this integer x can hold any whole number. So your next question may be like, what if I want to hold a decimal number? What if I want to hold like a character or a string or something like that, like a text? We will see all different types of data types later on. But for now, remember, integer data types can hold any whole number. And then we can say something like integer c equal to x plus y. Let's say integer result equal to x plus y. And then we can print result. Now to print result, once again it is system.out.println. Now there is a shortcut to write system.out.println. You can say type SYSO and keep the control key pressed and press the space bar like this. And then you can say result. Now you can save this program and run it. Right click, run as Java application, and you will see that the hello world is printed and the result of 30 is printed. You can also say result equal to within double quotes and then plus result. So what this will do is it will print out, save it and run it. So here you can see that it has printed out result equal to, and then it has concatenated. This plus sign does not add. You cannot add some text and some number. So it's called a concatenator. It concatenates this text and this particular number, and then you see the printout result equal to 30. You saw how to add two numbers, and these are the signs for subtraction, multiplication and division, and this is the modulus sign. The modulus sign is used to find the remainder. For example, if you have like integer x equal to 10 and integer y equal to 3, int result equal to x mod y, what happens is 10 mod 3, the remainder is 1. That is, 3 goes in 10 3 times. 3 3s are 9, the remainder is 1, so the result will be 1. You can right click, run as Java application, and you can see that the result is equal to 1. Next, let us take a look at the if statement. We can always expand and collapse this package explorer by clicking here. So to learn the if statement, let us do another example. Right click on the package, new class, and then over here let us type example if. Select public static void main, click finish. We don't need these statements. Let us delete them. So imagine I have two numbers, two variables, integer x equal to 20 and integer y equal to 20. An if statement goes something like this. You read this as if x is less than y. This symbol is for less than, to see if the value of x is less than y. Then I want to print out SYSO control space print x is less than y. Let us write another if statement. If x is equal to y. The way you say equal is you have to say equal to equal to. If x is equal to y, that means if the values of x and y are the same, x is equal to y. Let's check if x is greater than y. Now let us save this. You can either click here or you can press on control key and control key pressed and then click on the S key, control S. We'll save it, or you can click on this particular save button. Now let us run this. Right click, run as Java application. You will see that x is equal to y has been printed. The reason is x is 20 and y is 20. It will come and check if x is less than y. Well, x is not less than y because 20 and 20 are equal to each other. Then it will come and check if x is equal to y. If x is equal to y, yes, both of them are equal, then it will print x is equal to y. It will also go and check if x is greater than y. Well, x is not greater than y, so it will not print this particular statement. So you just learned the if statement. But of course, if you notice, this is an inefficient way of writing a program. The reason is, it is checking if x is less than y, then it is checking if it is equal to y, then it is checking if it is greater than y. So it will run all these three statements. You can use an else statement to make it more efficient. Like this. You can say, if x is less than y, system.out.println x is less than y, else if x is equal to y, system.out.println x is equal to y, else if x is greater than y, then system.out.println x is greater than y. Now the advantage of this is, of writing a statement like this, is like it will come and check if x is less than y. If it is less than y, well, it will print it out, but in this case it is not less than y. It will come here, else if x is equal to y. So since it has matched the condition, it will print this and it will come out of it. It will not go check else statement, because only if this fails it will go to the next else statement. So you are saving that fraction of a second for the compiler. So let us save and run this. So you can see that you get the same answer, but then the compiler did not check this particular condition. And for the last condition, you really don't have to use this if statement. You can simply say like else system.out.println x must be greater than y. The reason is, so here you can see, if x is less than y, else if x is equal to y, print this. Else, well, I'm sure if it is not less than y and if it is not equal to y, it should be greater than y. Save and run this. You'll get the same answer. As a new Java programmer, one of the most confusing things is the small issues like when to put the semicolon, when not to put the semicolon, when to use this curly braces and when not to use the curly braces, etc. Remember, these things you will know by experience. But for a general rule, any complete statement will end with a semicolon. For example, you see that int x equal to 20 is a complete statement. Whereas the if statement is not a complete statement. I'm checking there is going to be some kind of a code. If x is less than y, I want to do something else. So I will not end this with a semicolon. This is like some kind of a main method, so I cannot end this with a semicolon. Same way, whenever you open a curly brace, you must make sure that you close that particular curly brace. These are called curly braces. You can always check if a curly brace is closed by clicking on a curly brace, and you will see a small square box here on top of the one which is open. Same way, if I click on this, I will see a square box here, so that you can make sure that every open curly brace is closed. Same thing goes for if I click on a curly brace over here, the closing curly brace is shown. And these are called parentheses. You will get more used to these syntaxes as and when we go on. This system.out.println is a statement on its own. This less than symbol here is called a relational operator. These are relational operators. You may be wondering, what are the other relational operators? Well, there are a few other relational operators. Two equal to signs is equal to, an exclamation mark and equal to sign is not equal to. This is the greater than, less than sign. This is greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. These are used to check if x is greater than or equal to y. Next, let us learn how to do a for loop. Let us create a class called example for. The for statement syntax goes something like this. For int I equal to 0, semicolon, I less than or equal to 10, semicolon, I plus plus, all these within parentheses, then open curly braces, press enter, it will automatically do the closing curly braces, and here let us print out I. A for statement, you can see that has three parts: the initial value, that is int I equal to 0, the condition, that is loop through this as long as I is less than 10, and then the incrementer or decrementer of y. So the very first time the value of I has been declared as 0. So it will come here and it will check, is I less than 10 or less than or equal to 10? Yes, 0 is less than or equal to 10, so it will come here and it will print whatever, it will execute whatever is there within these curly braces. So it will print out system.out.println I equal to 0. Then once again it will go into this particular for statement. Now when it goes here for the next time, you can see that it reads this I++. That means the value of I has been incremented by 1. I++ is nothing but I equal to I plus 1. Writing I++ is a short form of writing something like this, I equal to I plus 1. If you want, you can say I equal to I plus 1 right here. So it will start printing out like 0, 1, 2, 3, it will keep incrementing I till I's value reaches 10. When it reaches 10, what will happen is, yes, I's value is 10, so 10 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, it is equal to 10, it will print 10, but next time it comes, I's value will be 11, but 11 is not less than or equal to 10, so what will happen is it will come out of the loop. So in this case, it will print from 0 to 10. So let us save this and run this. Right click, run as Java application. You can see that I can increment, I'll expand the screen. You can see that I's value has been printed from 0 to 10. I equal to 0 to 10. If you want to print from 0 to 9, all you have to do is remove the equal to sign and then run this. You can see that I's value has been printed from 0 to 9. You may be wondering, like, is there any other symbol like this plus sign? Is there anything else I should know? You can either use a plus sign, which is like will increment the value, or you can use a minus sign to decrement the value. Let us try using the minus sign. Let us put the initial value of I as 10 and we will check. We will print till I is greater than 0 and then we will say I minus. Let us save this and run this. So here you can see that it started out printing I equal to 10 and then it kept reducing the value of I by 1 till I became 1. Since 1 is greater than 0, it printed it, but 1 minus is 0. Once I reached 0, it came out of this loop.